This is what the stuff our dreams are made of. All right, welcome to the Hidden Sound Pod. Once again, we are back. Why is this so far away? Yes. There you go. Where we talk about anime and other stuff, apparently.
Yes.
So I'm your host, Brian, aka Saint Nave. As always, I have my brethren, not Pikachu.
No,
I
have nothing this time. We did it earlier. I was like, I don't have time to bring it.
Yo, I was actually so disappointed. I was like, it's kind of my turn.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it fast enough. A Tanjiro cosplay outfit.
Yeah, I was like too early. We were recording a little bit earlier this time, so I was like, I don't have time. I don't have any idea what I want to do this time.
Yep, because the holiday weekend. But anywho, so we're doing Tanjiro Slayer today, Demon Slayer today. But first up, comment watch. Have you seen this comment?
I saw. Didn't they say something crazy like after this comment?
Yeah.
Though?
So last week we did Pokemon the first movie, and this person basically said, y'all came out swinging on Pokemon the first movie, right? And I was like, well, yeah, because it's bad. It's a bad movie. But I have Delilah Ketchum, Ash Ketchum's mom, on my anime waifu S tier list, and I'm just like, God. I was like, he's clapping these anime cheeks.
Isn't that the joke was like Professor Oak wanted Ash to go away so he could sleep with Ash's mom or something like that?
That's somehow clean. That's somehow cleaner than this. I was
that though is way cleaner than
I don't want to get into it, but he continued on in the comments. I tried to I'm not here to shame no one's thing, so I just but I was taken off guard.
I was like
by
okay.
I can't get into the whole waifu. I'm like, more power to y'all out there.
It's a little weird, but if you enjoy it, get that float your boat.
Ash Ketchum's mom. Wow. I don't even know. Anyways, I'll put the comment into the video.
Yeah.
I'll scratch out the person's name just for
the let them have
just
it.
So
let them enjoy it in peace.
I even hesitated to put it in here, but I'm just going.
That's like one territory of nerd. I just don't. I'll never go into that area. Yeah, that's next level.
Yeah, I can't get into it. But hey, if you're into it, go for it. All right, so on to the news, right? This is, I guess, important because we just finished Demon Slayer, the Hashira Training Arc. So Demon Slayer anime set to end after season 4 with an epic movie trilogy. Which I have a lot to say about that.
I don't like it.
Huh?
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
They've been doing this movie thing. Whereas instead of having a new season, having the movies come out, because it is extraordinarily profitable. And apparently, the Mugen Train arc was, the highest grossing anime movie?
Since Pokemon the first
movie, right?
Yeah.
So I get why they're doing it, but I don't like it.
It's just like, because now it's 3 movies, so this thing is not going to be done. I'll say this. It's more organized than what Attack on Titan was doing. With it's the final season, part A, B, special edition. I'm just like, okay, make up your mind. I just don't want them. If it started on TV, I want it to finish on TV. And it's weird, because I think it's not the same experience. I kind of want to experience the way I've been experiencing it the entire time.
Yeah, and with all the flaws for the last episode, Attack on Titan built up to what that finale was. And like I said, it was still on streaming, so it didn't even matter. I didn't have to go out anywhere to go see it.
Exactly.
But it built up to the moment. Demon Slayer arguably did not build up to the moment.
No. They
especially
took a little bit of time.
Yeah, especially with this arc. And the fact that it's ending doesn't make sense, especially for the progression of where the characters are. And we'll get into it in the review. But
I'm like, if you wanted to do the Breaking Bad way of doing, hey, final season A, you do it for a TV series for 8 episodes, and then do B the final finale next year. I would have been okay with that. But I'm like 3 movies, then I think it's not going to come out until 2025, and then the next one 2026, and then the next one 2027.
And it's 3 movies. It's 3
I'm
movies.
Like, guys,
3.
No, like just make it a series. Just, it's and everyone can stream it. Like, I know all the fans like, oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be. I mean, it probably will. It's gonna look great in theaters. I'm not saying that it won't. But it's just like, why are you just stretching this thing out, yo? Like, just end the show.
No, I totally agree. I don't even think it deserves to have 3 movies.
No, I mean, it does, because they're only getting 3 movies because they do well at the movies, which is power to them, and I think that's great. But it's a series. As a series, I don't think it deserves 3 movies.
All right, so for their fan base, I think it deserves 3 movies. Like just to ensure numbers, from the business mindset.
The fan, y'all went out and saw the movies, so like, you guys should probably get them, the 3 movies, because you guys turn out for the show.
As a quality product,
I'm like, man,
especially after, once again, spoiler alert for the review. After this season. Why y'all getting the movie?
Why you get it? I'm like, you?
Oh God.
And
anyway,
it's like, we'll
get it. So this is oh God. I saw this and I was just like, God, man, this is. Anyway, second bit of news. This is up your alley. Yeah. A controversial One Piece voice actor exits the anime series permanently. Now, once again, I have not gotten past episode 80, which I need to get on. I'll start.
Don't worry. This character you won't see for a few hundred episodes.
So
important characters.
So the voice of the Flame Emperor Sabo from One Piece and many more anime roles is stepping down from multiple series following his controversial affair with the fan. So first I go, well, I mean, they're adults. The actor himself and Toei Animation both released official statements, right? So I'm like, it's just an affair. What's the big deal? And then he continue on. In late May, the 70-year-old admitted to having a 4.5-year extramarital affair with a female fan in her 30s, which I was like, oh, okay, it's a little more disgusting. And also previously admitted and apologized for once physically assaulting the unnamed woman during their affair and getting her to have an abortion. I was like, well, that got dark.
We don't need you to have you on here anymore.
I was like, okay,
that's the right call.
You gotta go. Bye. I was like, oh man.
I was looking. I was like, oh, what's the? Oh
no. I was like, oh yeah,
yeah. You probably.
Is he like a big character in the show?
I'll say he's an important character to Luffy.
Okay.
So he's pretty important.
Okay. I have a few more 100 episodes to get to this.
Yeah. You don't really see him for a while. But I'm
on episode 80, Brad. Why,
you ain't gonna see
why am I hundreds away?
Yeah.
This important character.
Maybe episode 400 or 500, maybe.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's just, you're not gonna see him for.
That's when he comes in.
No, maybe like 300.
But still, it's like this person with a character who's notable enough that it deserves an article, right? Yeah. It's 200 to 300 episodes from where I'm currently at. That's impressive. That is really impressive.
You don't see.
Wow, that's impressive.
You're far away from this character.
Yeah, but it's not it's the Japanese voice actor.
It's the Japanese. Yeah.
Wow.
But that's a crazy thing to do.
Is he still on the show?
Huh?
That character, is he still on the show?
Yeah, he's still on the show. The thing about One Piece characters is that you see him for a little bit and you don't see him for like 300 episodes. I'm like, man, I'm like, damn.
Wow, okay.
But.
Well,
yeah.
I'm sure
that is a wild thing to do.
That's wild.
Oh my God.
Next on the news is so Kaiju number 8. The next, I guess, series has been announced. I had put this on the list for us to watch because once again, 12 episodes, nice and breezy.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know what the public is saying about it. What have you heard?
Not much. I've heard of it, but I haven't really heard too much about it because Demon Slayer is on my feet right now.
No, because Crunchyroll has been just shoving this down my face. Every week, it's like countdown to the next episode, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. So,
maybe we gotta watch it.
I mean, after doing Solo Leveling and being more or less underwhelmed, I'm kind of like, oh, do we want this one? This one's gonna be...
Yeah, now I'm kind of like, all right.
The hype train is not... All right, well, we'll think about it. It's new, and it's not that long. And so I figure it's best for us to hop on the new stuff, because cramming in a FMA Brotherhood is...
Yeah, I was like...
I'm
in 20 episodes in. I
rewatched up to episode 17. Side note, I don't remember as much of Brotherhood as I thought, because I think when it first came out, I was so invested in the original that I pretty much half watched Brotherhood, and I remember being turned off originally. Like, this is like 20 years ago, like from the tone. Mm-hmm. I might not have finished Brotherhood. I thought I did. What?
You kept saying, it's not as good as the original. You didn't finish it?
I thought I did. I have to get... I'm at a part that I just don't remember. With the dude from what's the guy's name from like the Ching... what's it called? Ching?
No,
X-I Zing?
The character's name is
Ling. What's the area called?
Whatever.
But that's for
maybe like Alka history and stuff like that.
Yeah, right. And I was like, do I remember this? So,
this is pretty early in the season.
I know. So we may have to push this out.
60 episodes.
This is not like...
it's not as good. Did I watch it?
Like rewatch eyes and new show eyes. I'm like, wait, this is. I might have to put some my focus goggles on. So
that's a...
I know.
I thought I watched it. This is like 17 episodes
I know.
in. And you thought...
So, yeah, I might have to...
Gotta lock in for that one.
Yeah, I might have to do this next part just so I can focus a bit more. Because I was like, who is Link?
Who's that?
But anyways,
you thought you saw a 60 episode anime in episode 17. I
did. I'm sure.
Man,
I did.
Who is this?
I'm sure I did, but it must have not been. I must have half watched. Oh my god. So yeah. Anyways, next bit of news. McDonald's USA and Jujutsu Kaisen launch a special grade garlic sauce.
Why?
Now, if you want to have a show that deserves a movie, I would give it to JJK before I would give it.
Give it a burger, you coward. Give it a McNugget. What? A sauce? Ooh.
That's actually a good point. It's like, it's just the sauce.
Like sauce. Yippee. It's too bold. It's too bold to give it a burger.
Well, in fairness, the sauce is for chicken nuggets. So. You couldn't give them a
garlic sauce.
Couldn't give them a little what's the guy's name again on JJK? A Gojo face nugget. You know?
Could have given a Gojo burger or something like that.
That's funny. All right, next, that's the last bit of news that I had. I thought was interesting. Solo Leveling's first board game heads towards production and massive crowdfunding success. I was like, why?
Oh, but never mind.
Okay, so on all accounts,
yeah,
the manhwa is phenomenal. It is the anime that is. It's fine. It wasn't bad, but that ending was just... It's very bland. The anime is very bland, but apparently the manhwa is incredible. So I understand why... why it would do well and get crowdfunding. So
right. All right. A board game.
All right, so on to today's topic.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer.
Demon
Slayer.
Tandro Slayer, Demon Slayer.
I might call this episode Demon Hater. I think I already did for the last one.
Oh.
God. Okay, so this is the Hashira Arc.
Yeah. Hashira Training Arc.
Hashira Training Arc. My first take was, and this is 3 episodes into this arc, is this a filler arc? It felt like filler.
It felt like it.
It's not filler. It felt like I'm watching filler.
Yeah,
I don't know.
This is the problem that I kind of had with it, because you learned that Nezuko can be out in the sun, and then Muzan knows about it. Like, you could have done something to kind of expand on that a little bit more before the final battle. And because that's what I was kind of looking forward to. But it was like, no, let's do training. And I'm like, I understand why they want them to train and stuff for the battle, but I just thought that it was going to expand more, or talk about more with the whole Nezuko stuff, because like it's a pretty important thing. Yeah, but she's just taking a nap.
I honestly, like she's in hiding the whole time. But so the whole thing starts off with end of the last season. She basically sacrifices herself so that way Tanjiro can kill one of the upper rank. What do you call it again?
The Kizuki?
Yeah, Kizuki. I don't even care. Yeah. That's how. And so it turns out that she doesn't die, and she's a demon who's actually sun resistant. I maintain that she should have died. I would
if I knew they were going to do a training arc and then just go right to the final battle, I'm like, you might as well should have just killed her.
You should have just killed her.
Yeah, if that was the case.
Right, because the show's over. See, my biggest thing with the show is that Tanjiro is already hanging with the Hashira, and he basically became a demon slayer yesterday. Yeah. There has not been enough content to convince me that he's that good. I'm still looking from Captain Mac. We're just watching the video, and I'll link it into the description of our show. But he's just the chosen one now. Yeah, and there hasn't been enough evidence for me that Tanjiro should even be a part of the Hashira training. I actually like the idea because I was like, oh well, maybe they'll make the time frame a year or 2 years, and then it would actually be believable that he can actually fight the upper rank demons. But at this point, we're going right to the Infinity Castle, arc, which is going to be the end of the series. He's like 14, 15. Why? They should have just killed Nezuko. And that would have been a reason to be training and getting stronger, And that,
because it was like, I'm thinking, oh, we learned this about, her being out in the sun. I'm thinking, okay, we're going to expand on that. You didn't do anything with that. It's like, it's supposed to be a bridge to the final season, but I think it's a rickety bridge.
It's a really rickety bridge.
Because the whole time it's like, look how strong Tanjiro is now. He's got, look at him. He's better than everybody else.
Yeah, one of my notes.
Same hair colored demon core people.
Yeah, one of my notes for it is Tanjiro's mad swole.
I know, I didn't notice that. I'm like, damn.
He's just walking around.
Everybody's just jacked. And he's just like, oh, he's better than everybody. Oh, he can see the Hashira's movements now. Look how better he is. I'm like, this is so like
the writing is kind of poor. It's funny at times, and I get a chuckle here and there. The animation is fantastic for Demon Slayer. I think they do an amazing job with the animation. For instance, that last episode was actually fantastic.
The episode was really good. I really.
It was a fantastic episode.
It was a great episode.
Barring the 20-minute walking sequence, that was too long. The exposition nightmare.
And Muzan.
Oh my god! I was like, they just beat the horse.
He just shows up. I'm like, is this real? he just walks in.
I'm not sure if you noticed, but episode 7, the episode before that, I had a note: post cred, long and dumb. The episode ended early, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all should just give me a short episode. Because the 15-minute, was it 15 minutes? It was like 10-minute walk sequence was the same as the episode before that.
Yeah, because it kind of
after that.
Yeah, and it was just like, okay, we just kind of did.
Yeah, I was like, what are y'all doing? Y'all just buffering out for time.
Because at first I was okay with the first couple episodes of the season. All right, okay, we'll just let things settle down for a second, and it just kept going. It just kept. I was fine with it for a second, but it was like, okay, are we gonna start like figuring stuff out? No, we're just training for the final.
Nope, we're gonna go to each one.
I'm like, oh, what? Now I feel like we're wasting time. And I know like people say, oh well, they're showing urgency because they're training everything. They're getting ready for the fight. And I'm like, okay, but you learn this important thing. Like, why don't you build on it and then get to the and then get to the battle, as opposed to like everybody's goofy and funny and stuff like that. Like it got annoying. It was like, all right, bro, like let's just do something.
I'm gonna sound like a real just Naruto simp, but like remember like in the early OG Naruto episodes, and they're just training with Kakashi. Like that was more engaging and made more sense. Like remember the 1,000 Years of Death? But like they're training him how to be sneak. Like, it was like, oh, they're actually training, and it's you don't have to because okay. Every other Demon Slayer is a putty. The Power Rangers putty.
They got the same.
They get the same haircut, the same face.
I'm like, this is
so annoying. It's why are they even there? I mean, I understand they're trying to beef up their ranks so that way.
It's like they need an in between from the Hashira and the other Demon Corps because the lower people because like they kind of suck. I mean, I guess they might have a couple, but it's just like. They need a little bit more so they can be a little more formidable and more tough as opposed to, we don't know what we're doing. Because who they're training, they're fighting the guy who retired, whatever his name is.
Oh, Tengen.
Oh my God. I'm like, can somebody like be brave for a second?
Okay, here we go. This is why I think the writing is so poor, right? So one, you have a situation where you only got the one guy, sometimes the three, whenever Inosuke and Zenitsu come back, that can do anything. Everyone else sucks, right? Why? Like you couldn't make a one or two more people be half decent, right?
Yeah,
it just has to be these three.
Right.
And then who are conveniently also not in uniform, right? And then two, Now, mind you, I like Zenitsu's move. And when he's asleep, other than that, awful character. I've been converted. Awful.
Yeah, so I was like, he's annoying.
Why is he even here? What does he even do? You have to train. Yeah. If you only are able to fight when you're sleeping, right? How are you able to train?
See, that's why when he was now awake, when he fell down the thing that was the Infinity Castle, like now he's awake, is gonna fight or something like that. And for some reason, he got serious before the end. That
was a cool scene, though.
What the last scene where everybody falling into?
Yeah, I like that.
See,
I thought it was fun.
I thought it was fun. I liked it, but y'all on the internet, yo, this is cinema, bro. I'm like, shut up. I hope he dies. I hope Zenitsu dies. I hope he's dead.
No,
it's. I'm like, okay, guys, it was cool, but the rest of the season wasn't good. And then it's like people are hyping it up, like, yo, bro, this is cinema. Like Zenitsu's locked in. I'm like,
he's locked in.
He's locked. I'm like, y'all don't.
So okay, this is where I go. This is why I think Attack on Titan is the best paced anime out. Now, mind you, for a show I kicked for the ending, but it is the best paced show. Shows like My Hero, where it's long, but nothing for me was happening after a certain point. Yeah, this is a show where I'm thinking you probably need an extra season or two to really.
They're not, because I feel like they're not establishing anything.
Nothing.
They just want you to believe it. I'm like, what?
No, Brett. The last episode.
Here's Zenitsu. Powers, colors. You like it? Cool.
So look, the last episode, was fantastic, but it's like
they did just enough for me to like for me to believe something.
But that's except for the last season, because I wanted him to kill him.
Because it's like, I kind of believe it. I can buy into this.
If you turn off your brain, Demon Slayer is fantastic. If you turn off your brain, because remember at the end of what was that? The Entertainment District.
Yeah.
Loved it, right?
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
It makes zero sense for them to kill an upper rank when, for the last 100 years, not a single Hashira was able to kill a single upper rank, but somehow now Tanjiro unlocks his little Sundance and just slices the head, you know what I mean? Slices the head off of the upper rank. Not a single Hashira can do it over the last 100 years, but for some reason he can do it. However, I loved every second of it. That finale.
Yeah, it was cool.
It's fun, right?
Yeah.
And every finale is fun. And in the same instance here, the Hashira Training Arc, very mid-season, very great finale. That is the entire arc of Demon Slayer. It's very mid-seasons, very great finales.
Yeah.
And so
I feel like the one thing that's why when they do a good job establishing Nezuko and Tanjiro. So when the thing when she we thought she should have died.
Should have died.
It was actually impactful. I was like, oh my god, she can actually. So it kind of works. But everything else, it just feels like they're just trying to like, oh, let's just get through. Like, let's just powers, superpowers. Yep. Let's not establish. Like, let's get to. I'm like, you got to take your time. Where it feels like they may need a few more episodes to flesh things out a little bit more.
Because right, imagine if Nezuko died, right? And he had
See, now I wish he would have died.
Yeah, and then imagine the training arc of someone whose sister just died.
Yes.
It'd have been so intense. It'd have been so intense.
Yeah.
The whole entire arc of the Hashira Training Arc was played for laughs. It was fun at times, but for the most part, it was a bunch of filler. It was all filler. Even in the movie, what I understand in the theatrical release, it included like the last episode of the Swordsmith arc.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if she had died? It would have changed the entire tone. Imagine the same finale of the Hashira arc, but this time he's like, I'm gonna fuck him up, right?
Yeah, that's how I felt with like Hinata should. I felt like she should have died in Naruto. Cause like, what was the point of all of that when she's not dead now?
Right. Exactly.
So it's like, yeah, she like, cause yeah, you're right. It's like, okay, my sister died. Now I'm about to take all these dudes out. I gotta get stronger because I let my sister die.
Right.
But it's like she lives. Hey, let's have fun.
She's narratively dead in this entire.
Yeah, she does nothing.
They just nod to her.
She just says Anosuke, and then like
right. Like. You could have given Muzan a whole different motive. I mean, the same motive, but just say the lady Tama, whatever her name is. Just say she figured out how to live in the sun, right, or something.
Yeah.
And
actually, I got a question about tomato. Sorry. Tamayo, sorry. Because she had the drug that kind of turned Muzan into a human, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know if I'm missing something. I was like, couldn't she just give that to Nezuko at some point?
Well, too late now. I'm already human. Can't do anything else.
Because like people kept saying like, well, she's been trying to figure it out for centuries. I'm like, conveniently now, I know they asked her to come help out or whatever. But it's like, why are they writing it so like now's the time she finally figured out at the last moment? Like, they didn't have any trials or something. I'm like, how do they just figure like she had nothing to give Nezuko before then? Like, hey, try this thing out. Try it out real quick. This is the first go. Let me. Well, I didn't try it.
Let's see what happens.
I don't know if I'm missing something. So I could be missing something with that. I'm like, damn, you couldn't get like, you didn't have any. You could have given that to Nezuko or I don't know.
Or herself. You know,
or herself too. So it's just like,
just try it out.
Okay.
It could have failed. Right?
Yeah. I mean, cool. It was a great, that was a great episode.
The ending is the best part.
Yeah.
Even though I was like, you didn't have to kill your wife or your kids. You could have spared the kids. You know, just fine. Anyways, it made for, once again,
3 movies, everybody. 3 movies.
This whole series ends on what should have been like the climax, like in the middle of a series.
Yeah.
But regardless, it had the booby trap on Muzan, which I thought was great. That explosion scene.
No, that was cool.
That was really cool.
That was cool.
They must have spliced in either 3D rendering or a real, whatever they did. I mean, Ufotable as animators, I mean, fantastic. I think they have probably the best animation.
No, the animation is really
is fantastic.
It's amazing.
I even love like Demon Slayer is cool on like iconography, like the strongest dude, Himazima, whatever his name is.
Yeah,
he's always crying. Cause I was like, what? Why is his eyes like that? Oh, he's always crying. Yeah. And he's blind.
Actually, there's something about his backstory I have a question with.
Well, before you talk about, I have a big issue with blind characters who aren't. With blind characters who aren't really blind. Daredevil, you can see. Stop it, right? Just say you have blurry vision. I cannot stand.
I can't see, but
I'm blind. Oh, I'm swinging a big old ball, and I'm like, what? Wait, like what? You said you're blind. Yeah, there's nothing in the plot that has anything to do with you being blind. There's no explanation for why you're walking around without a seeing eye dog. Why would you even tell me you're blind? It's so dumb. Yo, you do nothing to tell you. Like, there's nothing in the universe. Like, literally, I had no idea he was blind, right? And they just threw it out there.
I assumed he was blind. I was like, he's looking like that.
No, I thought he was crying after he established as a.
Oh yeah.
I was like, and then it was like, oh, he's blind, and I'm like, wait, no, you're blind. That makes zero sense. Like, you're walking around like Daredevil. My Spidey sense or some shit. Like, oh my god, I was so angry. God, man.
Oh my god.
It's fun to watch. It's a fun anime to watch. It's just dumb.
I could have sworn he was like gaslighting dead kids because in the backstory, he was like I guess he let one student left his whatever school or academy or whatever he had, and then the kid got caught by a demon.
Yeah.
So to save himself, he took the demon to like where they were staying, right, or something like that. So like all these kids died except like one. So he was asking like, "Oh, why didn't the kids stand behind me?" Because the kids ran off, and got killed. He's like, "Why didn't they just stand behind me? They would have lived."
I know.
I was like, "What?" And then the one that lived, she was like, she didn't say like thank you for like. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yo, that's so like, dude. Wait, what are you doing?
Also, the fact that you just punched the thing for 8, like, I'm guessing 4 or 5 hours overnight until the morning. I was like, what is this? I was like, what is this? What are you talking about here? So the girl who you're like, F her, stood behind you for 8 hours watching you punch a man to death multiple times.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Until the more it's just complete. Like,
I do think they were trying to maybe give some backstory to some of these characters, I guess.
I would have taken it if he wasn't blind. That was like, I don't know why, Brad. That was my limit. And then him being the strongest also, like makes no like. There's no. I mean, okay, fine, he's the strongest because he's blind.
Yeah.
I just you need more time. Like, I don't want to forever anime, but at the same time, I do want you to flesh out like your story. You already had the audience by the Mugen Train, and to me, that wasn't even the strongest arc. The strongest arc, to me, or the one that I liked the most, was the Entertainment District, which was not your favorite.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, we're doing the same, same kind of.
By
thing.
that point, you could really just kind of hone, the writing at that point, because you already have it. You can take your time. You could figure things out, and instead, we spend the Swordsmith arc just. You killed.
I hated.
I hated that arc so much. Once again, I would have forgiven it. I'm a sucker for some flashy stuff.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's the same.
Because I just feel like sometimes the flashy stuff that needs to be earned as well.
Right, and that's
because
the
they just want to jump right into it. And it's like with Naruto, even though I didn't like where it went when it came to like powers and stuff like that. It's like it took a while to get to like impressive moves and stuff like that, or for Naruto to learn like certain stuff.
Yep.
You just can't like. I think with this, they just want to get right to the fun stuff, right to the cool stuff right away, and it does sell and it does draw in a lot of people. But like Attack on Titan had fun stuff, and action stuff. Even like of course in season 1, but it's like they established Eren and Armin and Mikasa as like friends, and like they were tight and stuff like that, and established the world that they were trying to struggle into. So it kind of like laid the groundwork to get to those things. It's just like fuck all that. Let's just let's eat dessert right now. Like what are we waiting for?
It's such a frustrating show. All right, I have some questions for you, Brad. Yeah. God, I'm so. All right. Who had the best training class? Like, who cares? They weren't even interesting. They weren't even interesting. The only one that was even remotely interesting to me, at least, was the serpent one.
It's like, what was the point of the training? But if Tanjiro didn't need the training, he didn't need it. He didn't need the training. What was the point? Look how he's stronger than everybody.
Also, too, I'm like, well, with the serpent one, I was like, why does he get to have the sword and no one else gets the sword? Where's the episode where he's tied up? Like, God, okay. I guess the snake guy. It was different.
Yeah, I guess what's the guy when that retired? I thought that was pretty decent because it was kind of nice seeing the lower ranked core guys like try to like help like kind of work as a team to fight him.
They actually have speaking roles.
Yeah, like that's what they sound.
Next question.
They'll probably be dead in the next arc.
Right. Next question. Was this the best arc? No. Absolutely not.
No.
This is probably one of the worst arcs.
No, this was a waste of time.
Best finale though.
Maybe the best finale.
Maybe the best finale.
I'll give it that.
It was a solid finale. You know.
It's cinema, guys.
It's locked in.
I'm locked in, bro.
He was locked in though.
He was.
He was locked in.
He was locked in, bro.
That's the funny part because I can tell when
it was like I agree with you, but I hate that you're saying this.
The funny part is when he was falling, I can just tell the animator was like, "Oh yeah, this is the stuff. This is the stuff. This is the stuff."
Oh god.
All right, so I was and then is Demon Slayer carried by animation? It definitely.
I think
It definitely is. It definitely carried.
It is. I just don't. This story. I don't like the characters.
Is Demon Slayer good?
I think it has to at least be good. For the animation to be that good and the fighting scenes to be that good, I have to at least say it's good. I don't want to insult the show because they put a lot. It seems like they put a lot of work into it.
I like how you went.
So
I like how you went. Do I want to get berated on the
It's a hype show, but the animation, the fighting is carrying the show. I just do not like the characters. I think they just kind of rush through things, and they just like, oh no, they're friends, or they're this, or like Nezuko and Tanjiro, great. I like their relationship as as siblings and stuff. Mm-hmm. But everything else, I just don't care about. I just don't like how it's directed and stuff. I'm just not how the story's told. I'm just not.
Yeah, the direction, like, because when I think about once again Jujutsu Kaisen, how it's very weirdly, you can tell the writing's all over the place, but man, that director took it to the next level.
Yeah.
Where this, I don't want to say they phoned it in, but they definitely hold all their best stuff to the finale. And that's about it.
Yeah, and it's just like that's why I never like some of these seasons with Demon Slayer. I'm like
the writing is kind of poor,
and then it's like half the season is just this long ass fight, and it's just like, bro, okay, like we got it.
The writing is kind of poor. It relies a little too much on the Flash. But with that said, the animation is fantastic.
Right.
The characters are kind of annoying. I somehow find Tanjiro more annoying than Zenitsu because I'm just like, he's just like...
My thing about that, because I always kept saying, there can't be two yelling characters.
Oh, you mean
Inosuke and Zenitsu. You only have one. Even though, yes, Tanjiro can be a little annoying at times.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
Nezuko!
I'm like...
God.
I just don't like the characters that much. I can tell they want me to like these characters because they make them look cool. They do all the cool anime stances. They do all the cool... like, they do all that stuff. They want you to like them.
Yeah.
And I'm like... I don't like him. I don't like him.
I do think the show is fun at times. Because once again, I look at the finale, and I was like, and we'll call it the locked-in scene. I was definitely like, even when they first introduced the Infinity Castle, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, right? Yeah. I was like, oh, that's like, this is back 2 seasons ago they introduced the Infinity Castle. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool how they just are all over the place. And when they were all following it, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. But it'd have been a lot cooler with a lot more established and arguably better fighters in 2 more seasons from now.
Yeah, because it was like, I was like, man, that was pretty interesting. I wish I liked these people to be like more invested in it.
Look, like last point with Zenitsu, right? Everyone, oh, he's locked in. It's like, but why is he just now getting over the sleep thing. I thought the sleep thing would be just like a one season.
Yeah.
And then like now it's like, but he's just now getting over it. He's not. He shouldn't have even made it through the Hashira training. Like he's really just no better than everybody else, except for the fact he falls asleep. Like they should have really spent time making them.
Yeah, they're not. I feel like they're not spending time on these things, and they're just going through things. They just want you to believe that these things are. I'm like, you're not, but you're not establishing that. That I know that's what you want us to believe and stuff.
Yeah,
and a lot of people do believe it, so I guess maybe credit to them. But at least for me and a few other people, it's like I don't feel like. Yeah. These things don't feel believable to me.
Yeah, it's not. It's fun. Is it good? It's fine. That's where I'm at. It's fine.
It's just it's fine, but for me it's Twitter and the internet and people talking about and overhyping.
Oh yeah,
it.
you're on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter.
I searched Demon Slayer one time after the finale, and now for the past 3 days. Yo, oh my God, man, bro.
Yo, Natsunisu's locked in. That's the funniest take.
And it's like
that's the funniest take.
Oh my God,
because he is.
And it's like he is. That's the problem. He is,
but he shouldn't be. But he shouldn't be.
He shouldn't be.
He is locked in, but he shouldn't be locked in.
Really, he should be dead the first minute of the movie. Right, he's not good enough.
He is locked in. He shouldn't be. They should have made more. Because even like Attack on Titan. What's his face? Armin.
Yeah.
Armin was an awful fighter the first season and a half, and then they built his character to be one of the smarter ones, right?
Yeah.
They established his character to be really essential to the team, right?
Right.
And this was not.
He's not like him and Inosuke. They weren't really in the last season because I think they didn't need him to be.
They weren't. They just put him in, and
and they're like, well, they're back now for the fight.
But once again, they should have really established the training, like, or once again, I know I'm looking at Naruto again. But what happened when it was time to train for the when after the class was over, when all the teams were formed, team 1 to whatever number it was, and then you stuck with what was it, Team 7? Team 7 with Kakashi, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sasuke. And you didn't see the other characters for a while, but you can assume that they were all doing the same sort of training to get better, so that way when the Chunin exam started, it's believable that they're better.
Yeah.
You're trying to cram everyone into the same training dome, and yet you do far less trying to show me every Hashira, every,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just, and then like people like Rengoku, the one who died in the Mugen Train arc. I'm like it's so sad. I'm like, we don't even know this person.
I mean, not at all.
It's like this whole brother and father part. That was sad. That was more impactful than him dying.
Wait, when who died?
Remember when Rengoku, the fire,
he died.
He died in like the next season. You see his father and his brother and stuff like that.
Oh, that was more.
That was more impactful. Him dying. I'm like, like, I didn't know. Like, we didn't know this character that well.
Yeah. They try to retroactively, maybe they want you to like retroactively care about the other guy, which
it can work.
It worked. I cared more about that than I care about the main characters. But anyway.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my God.
I think that's all I had. Once again, if you're gonna watch it, the finale is what really just brings up, because once again the Ufotable animators put their foot into that last little bit.
Save all the money till the end.
The entire budget, because the budget did not go into the Demon Slayer core.
No, it didn't.
Because at one point I was thinking, is this anime? I thought this was a good animated, because they all shows do this, where they don't put detail into characters that don't matter sometimes, just to kind of save money. But you kept showing me these Demon Core Power Ranger buddies. Yeah. I need a more current name for them. But but you keep showing me these characters, and they're pointless. But at the end, once again, you can tell the budget just cranked
up for that last episode.
If anything, the explosion was worth it.
The explosion was good.
I was like, yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
I was like, am I watching an actual It's cinema, man.
It's cinema, bro.
It's cinema, bro.
This is cinema.
But it was good. No, it was great. It was absolutely good. Am I still on yet? No, it was absolutely good. The little and then the Infinity Castle bit, the locked-in scene. It was good. So,
and it's cool how they got them all into, I'll say, their battle stations, I guess, for the final arc. I do think that's pretty cool.
But I would have appreciated them a bit stronger.
If they just
a bit more established, just a bit more. And then once again, I'm quoting from Captain Mac here, but the lower ranked demons basically just mean nothing now, right?
Yeah,
and it's like you could have spent another season of trying to use them to establish, get more training, get the
because Tanjiro was struggling, especially in the Mugen, and then
with a lower rank, and now he's out here.
You gotta. Yeah, you gotta start making. This has to be an easy thing for him,
right?
But you kind of work it so it's just like, now he is better than them,
Because this is a problem also that Shippuden had, but in OG Naruto, the first 100 episodes, you really bought everyone's growth. They did a really good job. I don't know what happened in Shippuden, but the first 100 episodes of Naruto, the original one, you really believe the growth from when they started. Him being a class clown all the way to the Chunin exam, where he's actually being crafty and he's learning a few things. I don't buy that anybody in this show is that strong now. Like how?
No, I still don't buy. I know they try to make Tanjiro look like he's a little bit stronger. Like Zenitsu, I'm like, is he that good?
Buff boys out here. I'm like, they really animated him to be just jacked.
Like big arms. I was like, I don't know. It's not it. All I'm saying right now. Maybe this show is just not for me, really, because I like characters to be written a little bit stronger. But apparently, I guess everybody else. I don't know if it's a manga. People read the manga and it's different in the manga, or things maybe more established. Yeah. But it's not really hitting with me.
Here's my actual final take on this. It's not Shippuden level of poor writing to me. So it's one of those, okay, this is my turn off the brain show, and I'll just, like I say, it's fine. But I hated Shippuden, right? And I love Naruto, but not the entirety. But after the Great War arc, right? It's not like the Great War arc bad, right? It's
right.
And so it's just, like I say, it's just fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
And then the finale, and then you go, oh, finale, that's pretty cool. And then next season, oh, okay, it's fine. And oh, look at that finale, it's pretty cool. And so, it's probably more of a guilty pleasure anime. There's some cool things that they do with it. But yeah, that's all I got, Brandon. I don't know what to say about it.
God,
forget
people on it.
They're gonna get on us. But
it's like Attack on Titan finished back in November. People were like, "This is the greatest thing ever, Demon Slayer." Oh my god! I'm like, I'm like, guys, no, it's not.
I'm like, man, I was too harsh on Attack on Titan. I was
like,
this is because this writing is horrible.
I'm like, are we watching the same show?
A friend of mine suggested it to me. I remember telling her when I had watched season 1 before, and I was like, it's fine. And then I watched it, and I was like, okay, I'm a little bit more on it. Yeah. Now I'm like, oh no, this is. I'm back to it being. It's fine. Anyways, anything else, Bradwick?
I think that's it.
All right, y'all gonna play it. When I start putting out these reels, they're gonna get on. But Demon Slayers, it's mid. That's the show. Follow us on all the socials. Hidden Sound Pod. Next week, Kaiju number 8, maybe, or
we may need a little more time with FMA.
Yeah, because Kaiju's only 12 episodes, and I can start that now.
Yeah, and then I gotta find time. Then I still have like 40 episodes left of.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's 40. Like I can do like 12 and then 8, right? All right, look. All right, here we go. Kaiju, we 19. Episode 20, we'll do a ranking episode, and then we'll do FMA.
Okay, yeah, so we're gonna have to do that.
All right, cool.
I know I'm gonna get lazy. Well, not watch an episode for like 5 days, and we were 2 episodes, like 2 days out. I'm like, 15 episodes left.
Okay, cool. That's been the show. Peace, guys.
All right, see ya.